Hi, welcome to Maverick and Dempsey's retro movie review rundown. There she is. All right. So, the movies we're reviewing for you today, we have the Will Ferrell comedy, ensemble comedy, Anchorman 2. We have the John Cusack classic, Better Off Dead. And we have the Pauly Shore Thanksgiving, in my opinion, classic, Son-in-Law. All right, so those are the three we're going to hit. Okay, which one are we starting with?
I don't know. Any one of them.
Okay, let's start in the order we watched it. How about Anchorman 2? All right. So, Anchorman 2, you got Will Ferrell, you have Steve Carell, you have Paul Rudd, David Koechner. All right, they're all back for another hilarious comedy. This one, it's one of those, I don't even know if it's better than the first. It might be, though. It definitely rivals the first. It's definitely a worthy sequel. Maybe it's better than the first. Maybe it's just as good. I don't know. I don't. If not, though, it's just a step below. I mean, it's fantastic. There's nonstop laughs. It's an absolutely stupid, ridiculous movie. It's one of those that you got to just put your ego to the side. Put your brain to the side. I mean, not your ego, your brain. Dumb and Dumber, it was these two guys are idiots. So we're going to watch them be idiots and we're going to enjoy that. Anchorman 2 and Anchorman, the entire world is stupid. I mean, you have ghosts, you have werewolves, you have mentars. You have all this crazy stuff going on. It's just hilarious. The James Marsden as the new villain was fun. Jack Lame. That was great. And Will Ferrell brings it as he always does. He had a fantastic presence on screen as the Anchorman character, Ron Burgundy, and exactly what he did in part one, he did in part two, which is just make you laugh hysterically. It's got a like I said, it's a stupid movie, but as far as stupid movie goes, it has a decent story. It's not going to have the best story in the world here. It's just a ridiculous, crazy, crackpot movie. I love it. I love the jokes. There are jokes that are intelligent and those quick, snarky, smart aleck, intelligent jokes like that David Spade type of humor. You slide in real quick. Then there's the absolute ridiculous things. Like I said, there's a ghost. There's a ghost in the movie. It's a Civil War ghost with a cameo there. I don't want to spoil any of the cameos for you, but it's John C. Reilly. So there's a lot of cameos in there too, which is fun. You got. Well, it's retro movie review, so I mean, spoilers you should know by now. But you got Liam Neeson popping up in there. You might see Vince Vaughn pop up in there again. Just numerous cameos all over the place. It's a fantastic movie. I love it. It's hilarious. I'm just kind of going on and on about it because it is a personal favorite of mine. What do you think?
I thought it was very funny, very stupid. I liked the actors.
That's pretty much it. All right. That's all she's got. All right. So then we'll move on to one we saw a little more recently, so maybe I have a little more to say it. And that's Better Off Dead. No, you do have nothing on Better Off Dead?
I have nothing.
You have nothing on Better Off Dead.
I don't.
Did you like Better Off Dead?
Yes.
All right, I'll talk about it, see if I can jog your memory, all right? Better Off Dead is the story of John Cusack playing Lane Meyer, and he gets dumped by his girlfriend, so he becomes suicidal. Obviously, it's a dark comedy. All right, he becomes suicidal, and he misses his girlfriend Beth. And there's little jokes about how he's trying to kill himself. Like I said, it's very dark humor. Whether it's drinking gasoline or trying to hang himself. Carbon monoxide poisoning. So, like I said, it's a very dark comedy. He's a guy who. He wasn't a loser, he wasn't a nerd, but he was certainly someone who was dependent on his girlfriend to be the popular guy in school. And then once she dumps him, which happens at the beginning of the movie, like I said, he feels suicidal. He's become a loser all of a sudden. He's become a joke. And she goes. She dumps him for the captain of the ski team. I never knew any high school that had a ski team, so I don't know what that's about. Maybe that's something that happens up north. Definitely not happening down here in Louisiana. But she dumps him for the captain of the ski team, a guy who looks like he's 40 years old and still in high school. All right, that's Hollywood for you. and the movie starts out slower than you would like it. I didn't remember that. It's a quick, easy watch. Like, a phrase I like to say, because those are the types of movies I like to talk about and like to watch with her, because it keeps her attention. But it does start a little slow, and then it starts hitting you with some of the comedy, hitting you with some of the wild, out there humor, the psychotic, horror movie villain like Paperboy. I want my $2, which became the famous quote that everybody remembers from it. The Asian guys that learn to speak English by watching The Wild World of Sports. So one of them only talks in Howard Cosell, and every time they're in their cars, they pull up to lane, they want to race them. That's funny. Diane Franklin plays the female lead of the foreign exchange student, the French foreign exchange student that he falls for. And then the character Ricky that she lives with is hilarious, trying to fall in love with her. It's everything I wanted a cult classic that I show her to be. It brought back so many memories. It brings back so many laughs. It still holds up. Like I said, the quick, easy watch. When you think the movie's over, the movie's still going on. There's one thing after another of and it's like goals in the movie. There's not one thing that we're trying to do in it. We're trying to do multiple things where it's like where he needs to beat the bad guy in the race. He needs to get the girl. He needs to run off with her. Just things like that. It's a feel good movie, and that's rare for a dark comedy that deals with suicide to be a feel good movie. But I loved it. I loved every aspect of it. It's John Cusack at his best, and that hilarious '80s, kind of nutty humor that he used to do. That's something that him and Tom Hanks were two of the best at in the '80s. And they don't do anymore. They don't touch it. They don't go near it anymore, which is a shame. The last time that John Cusack really did a really good comedy like that was the early 2000s with High Fidelity. But even that, it wasn't a stupid, dark comedy. It was a breakup, kind of adult humor comedy. But I just missed that John Cusack. That's John Cusack I like. 16 Candles, One Crazy Summer, Better Off Dead. So I missed that. All right. And here she is, not realizing she's tearing paper, making noise in the background. So that's great noise. That people are gonna love that when they watch this. All right. So that was my opinion of Better Off Dead. Do you have an opinion?
It was good. It was good. I liked it. It was funny.
That's all she's got. All right. I see those notes she took really worked. They worked to make that ripping noise in the background. That's about it. All right, then we have Son-in-Law. Son-in-Law, I'm going to throw it right out there. This is the hot take, okay? Son-in-Law is the best Thanksgiving movie out there, all right? First of all, I can't even think of that many Thanksgiving movies. I know there's a few. I know I'm forgetting some of them. But the big one that people go to is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which is kind of a Thanksgiving or Christmas movie. And there's a few other Thanksgiving movies. They're none of that huge. Like I said, I know there's one or two that I'm forgetting. But I think Son-in-Law is your ultimate Thanksgiving movie. It's one of only two movies I ever saw twice in theaters. A lot of that had to do with my little brother wanted to see it, and I took him the second time. But I love it. Pauly Shore, that's the movie that you watch and you're like, did Pauly Shore drop so far? How did he not go on and be a big deal? He's one of those guys like a Jimmy Fallon or a Dane Cook who hit really big, very brief amount of time, and they squeezed a few movies out of it. And this one is Pauly Shore's best, in my opinion. I think it's better than Encino Man. Definitely better as a Pauly Shore movie, since Encino Man would be more of a Sean Astin. And people, even though he didn't have a lot of lines, people consider it a Brendan Fraser movie because that's where he made a big impact. But I definitely see Son-in-Law as the best Pauly Shore movie. And like I said, it's a shame he didn't go on to more great movies after that. I think they kind of all went downhill after that, for me at least, with In the Army Now and Jury Duty. I think this one was where he was peaked. Also, Carla Gugino, it's where she got her first try as a leading lady, and she's gone on to numerous other projects like Sin City and Spy Kids and Mr. Popper's Penguins and Spin City that first season. So she's gone on to be a great actress after that, and I thought she was fantastic as the leading lady. I thought I'm blanking on some of the names in here though, but Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen did a great job in it, and it's a shame she didn't have more of a big screen career. Pauly Shore was hilarious. The Thanksgiving humor was funny. The big fish and the big city fish coming to the small rural farm. It's a classic story that's been done a lot, and I thought they did it very well. The mixing of that MTV generation with the rural farm people. I have people in my family like that, so I dug that. I dug how that is because I go out there. I'm not from a big city. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I go out to the farms, and it feels like a crazy another world out there. So I like that. It blended really well together. It has heart. There's good family moments in it. It's one you can watch with your kids. It's a romantic movie you can watch with your girlfriend and your boyfriend. I think it touches everything. And like I said, this is Pauly Shore as a star. I thought he did a fantastic job. Underrated movie, and definitely a movie you should put on for Thanksgiving time. What did you think?
I thought it was really funny. I love Pauly Shore. He was really good. I liked it.
Is that all you got?
Pretty much.
All right. Do you got anything else in your movie reviews? About anything? Okay, so I'll let her think about that for a second. It's probably nothing. So Anchorman 2, I'll give it 5 stars. Better Off Dead, I give it 4 stars. I'm not even a big fan of the star review. I'll do 1 through 10. Let's do 1 out of 10. I like that better. All right. You even forgot your review. You had a review going where you would give biscuits and stuff like that, and you haven't even done that. You did it like the first episode. But Anchorman, I think Anchorman 2, I'm going to say it's I didn't, you know what, for a stupid comedy, it's a 10 out of 10. It's hilarious. There's nothing wrong with that movie. There's nothing wrong with that movie. It's hilarious. Better Off Dead, I think, is a solid 7, and great cult classic there. And let's see, Son-in-Law. I'm gonna say Son-in-Law is an 8. I think it's slightly better than Better Off Dead. There's another hot take, but I think that's my rating on it. All right, and she kind of gave her rating behind me there. All right, so that's it for Maverick and Dempsey's retro movie review. We'll be back with another episode whenever we feel like it. How about that? All right, peace.